Hello and welcome to the practice session for IIT JAM 2022. This is the first practice session. We'll be practicing 10 MCQ question in next 10 minutes. The topic of today's discussion is biotechnics. Before we jump into the question answer session, let me tell you that if you are preparing for IIT JAM and right now if you are not figuring out how to manage your time, where to practice from, you can practice several questions from these learning app, which is Unacademy. You can join Believers Batch, which is a 90 days crash course which would help you to revise all the concepts and understand all of these topics in a lucid fashion. So all the educators would guide you throughout this process. It would increase your chance to get into IITs. Anyway, you can use my code AP10 to get a 10% discount on this crash course. Let's move on to the question answer session. First question says Dr. Agarwal suspects that his patient Miss Lata is affected by SARS-CoV-2. In order to confirm his speculation, which test he should perform? Options are NMR spectroscopy, UVV spectroscopy, QRT-PCR, Southern blot. So this is a level 1 question. Everybody can understand and answer that. It would be qPCR. And it requires almost no explanation. But anyway, if you want to learn more about qPCR, you can click on the link in the I button. Question 2 says, if you predict a protein of your interest might have a DNA binding domain, then you can prove it by all of the techniques except EMSA, ChIP-seq, in silico approach, is to hybrid assay, right? So you have a DNA binding uh, domain and you have to prove that it has a DNA binding domain. So which technique you can possibly use? So you can use all the three techniques noted in A, B and C, but you cannot use is2 hybrid assay as it is used for protein-protein interaction. It is linked in the I button. You can look at the concept. Question 3 says real-time quantitative PCR differs from PCR in which of the following aspects? Real-time quantitative PCR is quantitative while PCR is qualitative. In qPCR, cyber green or probe-based chemistry is used while it is not used in PCR. C is qPCR depends upon fluorescence-based detection system while PCR do not. And the last option is all of the above. Correct option is the last one because all of these are correct differences between these two techniques. If you want to learn more about it, the PCR playlist is provided. Now, question 4. One researcher identified a unique epitope in his protein of interest. He cloned the sequence of that epitope in an expression vector and using hybridoma technique, he generated a monoclonal antibody. But when he used it for detecting his protein of interest using ELISA, he found no signal. What could be the possible reason for this? Option A, the antibody has a low half-life and it is getting degraded. B, ELISA machine was not working. C, the epitope was buried deep in the core of the protein. As a result, the antibody cannot detect it. And D, the antibody was polyclonal instead of being monoclonal. The correct option is option C. If you want to learn how antibodies are generated, what is hybridoma technique, all the links are provided. Question 5. Which of the following methods could be used to determine the structural information about theta DNA, which is a freshly extracted from a new species of fungus, so it doesn't exist in reality? Anyway, the options are there are a bunch of techniques: cryo-electron microscopy, NMR spectroscopy, electron microscopy, X-ray crystallography, series spectroscopy. Correct answer is, if you have guessed correctly, all except 3, because electron microscopy would not tell you about structural information. It can give you ultrastructure of cells, but it doesn't tell you about the structural information of a macromolecule, but cryo-electron microscopy can. Which of the following method cannot determine protein-protein interaction? So these kind of questions are very common, and the correct option is chromatin immunoprecipitation because it determines DNA protein interaction. Question 7. Which of the following cannot be achieved using real-time quantitative PCR? Since like after COVID, qPCR is a very important topic. So it's better if we learn more about qPCR. The link is provided, but anyway, this question says how CREB is interacting with the DNA. Gene expression differences in c-Myc in a healthy versus cancer patient, determining the number of mRNA in a given sample from human brain. D says combining with ChIP, it can tell us whether a protein of interest is binding to gene X or not. So all of these options are correct except option A, because the topological information about how DNA is bound with Creb, it can be achieved only by X-ray crystallography or other structural biology approaches, but not with qPCR. Question 8. You can purify histone from a cell extract, but unfortunately, you don't have an antibody against histone. How would you purify the histone? Affinity chromatography, ion exchange, gel filtration, or hydrophobic interaction chromatography, which would be the most appropriate? One of the aspect that you need to understand about histone, they are highly positively charged, so ion exchange chromatography can be used. Question 9 says, in order to determine promoter strength, which of the following techniques can be used? The correct answer is luciferase reporter assay. All the reporter assay can determine promoter strength. Do you know there are other ways to determine promoter strength other than luciferase assay? If you know that, comment in the put it in the comment. Question 10, which is a very common kind of question. It says match column A with column B. In column A, there are a bunch of chromatographic technique, and in the column B, there are a bunch of usage of that. So if you want to learn more about chromatographic technique, everything is provided in the I button. So you can solve this question and let me know the solution in the comment section. See you next time. For that, like, share and subscribe. Don't miss a notification. There would be several MCQ practice sessions which would aid your preparation. Thank you. Thanks for listening.